What is going on, everyone? My name is HydroxideAnt, and welcome to episode 569, nice, of Background Noise. We are joined by Tabby.
Hello.
And Gianna.
That's me.
Yes. Unless you've been replaced by, like, some sort of clone, or, you know. I wish I had a clone sometimes. We could just split what we're working on together, and it would have been great. At least I believe so. I think Cloney and I would have worked really well together.
Cloney.
Yeah. I don't know, Cloney and I, we'd get along. We both want the same things, you know? So.
What are those?
To get things done that we don't want to do. So something that's interesting, I was touching upon it before podcasts, is I used to be a huge Counter-Strike esports fan. And apparently there's a major going on right now, which majors are the biggest tournaments where, for lack of better descriptors, it's like the World Series or the Super Bowl or the finals, like the NBA finals, where this is what separates good from great from the best, is winning these tournaments. And the reason I saw it is because there's a player on a team that just lost named Nico has been one of the best players in the world in Counter-Strike for, I want to say, like, close to, it's not like a full decade probably, but like 8 years he's been like a top player every year, let's say. Actually, I can go to his profile. So yeah, so 2016, there's a site that ranks people, and he's been in the top 20 every year since 2016. So the 8 years guess was right spot on, actually, funny enough. But he was still good beforehand. I get he just wasn't like on good teams. So he unfortunately lost again. And it's sort of like the idea that, like, man, it's like, is he ever gonna win one? Because he might not. There have been some great players who never won that major, and it definitely, like, affects where they rank all time, I think. So it is very, you know, it's kind of sad, you know, when you see someone who's a great player and they never do it. It's sad. Husky said, fun fact, the Half-Life 2 engine was, or his pieces in game Quake 2 engine by a man who founded the Kubernetes software in the first half. Life also had a similar engine, even though Quake 2 was either near release or year half when it was released. And then I remember some beta footage of Counter-Strike 1 on a different YouTube channel. Yeah, the original Counter-Strike was, yeah, a Half-Life mod. I believe it was a Half-Life mod. What? Original Counter-Strike a mod of. I think it is Half-Life. Yeah, it was. Oh, and Husky's saying that too. Yeah, originally a. Oh, CK popped the chat. Hi, CK!
Hi, CK!
Hey, buddy, I'm just turning on to bed. I just want to let you know you're delightful, and I just want to give you a big hug. Okay, sleepy time for CK. Hold up. CK, there's a way we can do this. Hug. Hug the CK. Heckin' large hug. Such a hecking large hug. Yeah, who's on? See, I don't even know if I will recognize most of these players in the teams from the major. I feel like there's a shot I recognize who's on FaZe, because I've always been a FaZe fan. Let's see. Okay. I guess, is that a team called Wildcard? I guess it is. Yes, it is. Okay. I thought, like, it just says Wildcard, and I'm like, oh, Wildcard. So someone, like, won a Wildcard or something to get in here? No. Wildcard, I recognize the name Stanislaw. That's the only one I recognize that team, truthfully. Sonic sounds familiar, too, and not, because of, Gotta Go Fast, Man.
Gotta go faster, 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 faster.
Is Tim Tebow still playing?
Tim Tebow is the greatest Counter-Strike player of all time. Gamer Legion, I don't know anyone on that team. Big, I recognize Tabson, Searson. That's it. MIBR, not a single person I recognize. 3D Max, Lucky, Pain. No, I don't know anyone. Liquid, I know 4 players on. I know who JKS, NAF, Twist, Yekindar are. I don't know who Ultimate is, though. I don't know anyone on the Mongols. I don't know if I know anyone who's played on the Mongols for the last, like, decade. Furia, Fallen, Cello, Yuri, Queserado. Good players. Speaking of good players, that is a lovely Lord Keon star. Hello, Keon. How you doing? How's it been? How's it going? How was your stream? You were playing Nightmare House. How nightmarish was this house? Was it like a nightmare, or was it kind of more like a daydream for you? Because, like, I think, you know, you're pretty good at dealing with stuff like that. So for you, easy walkings, I think. If I had to guess, of course. But joining the raid, I see a Reaper, a Mooney. Hello, lovely people. I hope you are doing well. For anyone that might be joining Keon's raid who doesn't know who I am, my name's Tony, aka HydroxideAnt. Currently, we're doing our weekly podcast called Background Noise. And I'm reminiscing about Counter-Strike. The scariest thing was achievements. Oof. It was kind of cozy. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to hear. Cozy's good. Right now, I'm going through teams that are at the major and seeing what percentage of players I know anymore. I don't know anyone on her. Oh, Tessis, I know who that is, but I don't know any. I know everyone on FaZe. I was always a big FaZe fan, though. I know one person on Mouse, and they made it to the top 4. I know who Brolin is. Spirit, Chopper, Shiro, I know. They're in the finals, so I only know 2 of their players. Vitality, I know like 3 of their players. Like the top 5 teams in the world, I've been like, each team has 5 players on it, and so far I probably know about 6 players combined. It's just been so long. Apex and Zywoo. Flames, I kind of recognize the name. G2, I know most players. Snacks, Nico, Hunter, Monse. And then Navi, I know. Alexi B. I am Bit. I don't think I know who Wonderful. They're probably Wonderful, though. Do I know who this person is? I don't know if I do. Always happy to see the Tony. Thank you, Reaper. I appreciate you. Yeah, is that how you feel, Gianna?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to see if there are any cool highlights or anything. Oh, there are a few. I'm gonna watch them on mute because I don't want to steal from or be caught like showing other people's content and Twitch be like, no, Tony, that was bad of you, and now you're gonna smell bad forever. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to smell bad forever.
Silly Tony, you're not a React streamer.
That's true. Sometimes I think about how easy your life would be, though, to become a React streamer. Just react to things. You know? It's like, alright, I'm gonna queue up 500 videos today. Sadly, you remember FaZe Clan from way back in original Call of Duty. So that's where I originally... When I first heard of FaZe, they were very much like a gag. Like, by that I mean, like, everyone would do some crazy, like, trick shot in Call of Duty and say, like, I'm joining FaZe. It is very interesting to see FaZe, like, as the owners of a team in a very serious esport. They've owned the Counter-Strike team for, gosh, a really long time now. I wonder if I can look that up. A long time. We're just going to say a long time. Something that I find really interesting about FaZe's roster is they used to have a player named Olafmeister who is pretty well known as being one of the goats of early Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, not Source or 1.6, but he hasn't like started for them in like 5 years, but is somehow like it's still like I guess like under contract or something, because like he's still on their roster. So like did homie sign like a lifelong contract or something with them? I don't know. Like how are you still on a team like their roster for that long without playing for years?
He's just a chill guy.
That's true. Yeah, the famous 360 no scope or 360 quick scope. Yep. And they might have used the same weapon they used back in them. And yeah. Sniper for years. Yeah. What you doing, Gianna? You poking me?
No. Maybe.
No. Yes, and they brought that same sniper in a reboot of MW2. That's cool. You know, I didn't play like a crazy amount of Call of Duty, truthfully, growing up. I played like a little bit. We also didn't have like, this is a wild statement. Like we didn't have like internet in my house until I was like in high school. So there was no like playing games online or something, which was like the big appeal of a game like Call of Duty. At least to me, I think is like playing online with friends or playing like a zombies mode with friends.
Yeah.
Just kind of the appeal of an MMO.
Sorry, what did you say, Jen?
Kind of the appeal of an MMO. Massive multiplayer online.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I don't think I would call Call of Duty an MMO.
No, you don't think so?
No, an MMO is usually more like World of Warcraft or.
This is arcades.
That's true. MMO RPGs.
Yes.
I don't know. I just never. I think you're technically right, truthfully, but I've just never heard anyone. Never heard anyone say that before. It's like I think you're technically right, but I just don't know how to react to this information. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I wish we slept more last night.
That's true. Sleeping nice. I have played all the campaigns on hardest difficulty, especially the hardest mission in COD 4, up until the most recent Black Ops 6. I'm gonna be real. When I heard someone say the name Call of Duty Black Ops 6, I thought they were like taking the piss. I thought they were joking. Because I'm like, ain't no way there have been 6 Black Ops games. But apparently there have been. I mean, I was so convinced that there had not been that many. You know.
You know?
We got Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4, Cold War, and now 6. Cold War was 5, okay. But, like, I just don't remember. I guess I've just been so out of, like, the Call of Duty world for so long that I don't even remember announcement. Like, maybe I vaguely remember announcements for Black Ops 3. But, like, I think I might have played, like, a very, very tiny bit of Black Ops 2. I played Black Ops 1. Yeah, I can't remember. Like, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what years any of those games came out. I think I was playing Black Ops. What year did Black Ops 1 come out? 2010. Okay. It's really that long ago that I was Black Ops 2 was 2012. Okay. So to be fair, it's been 12 years. And 12 years for 4 games, you know, maybe that isn't the craziest ratio ever. I just don't remember them. You're sending a guy in? Sounds good, Agent. Send someone in. Campaign-wise, fair point. Yeah, it's like... So Black Ops 3... Did I, like, stop... I guess I just stopped playing... I guess this is when I switched to PC gaming, truthfully. Because Black Ops 3 was 2015. So I guess when I swapped to PC gaming, I just never looked back at another Call of Duty game. Because obviously, like, they have games like Call of Duty on PC. But I've never really played them on PC, other than the Battle Royale one. Hello! Drusk is also here. How you doing? Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid. I see you were playing Rogue Galaxy. How was that? Hope you're doing good. Hope your stream was well. I believe this is our first time meeting. So, hello. My name's Tony, aka HydroxideAnt. Currently, we're doing a weekly podcast called Backward Noise. I've been doing this podcast for a long time. Not today, but like a long time in my life. And I believe this also means that you're a friend of Agent. And I know Agent, Chef's Kiss, has wonderful taste. So you must be a very lovely person. So I don't actually really know what Rogue Galaxy is. Could you tell me about it a little bit? If you don't have to run raid and if you have to raid and dash, I understand. And feel free. But I would love to learn more about it. The Switch can change up how you play games. It's true, Agent. That is true. Hello, we are also here. Hello. Welcome on in. I see Agent with the raid. I see AG40K, Drusk themselves. It's a PS2 JRPG. Oh, cool. You have PS2 hooked up to your capture card. There were some, like, the PS2 had such a wide range of, like, crazy games that, like, were all really fun, but all lived in their own little, like, corner of the internet. I always, when the PS2 gets brought up, I always bring up a game called Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses, where it was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that, like, the cards are almost on, like, a chessboard kind of layout, like a grid, and, like, you had to, like, move the cards up and everything, and, oh yeah, the story was based off, I think, the Crusader Wars, or the War of the Roses, whatever war that is. You played that? You played that, it was fun? It is fun, but, like, if other people hadn't told me that they've also played that, I would have been like, no, I must have had like a fever dream as a child, because like,
Yeah.
that just doesn't make any sense that someone would make that game. It was a great game though. I love that game. You've also played that? Yeah. That's awesome. And also, Drusk, because this is our first time meeting, what kind of games do you stream? What do you normally play? Are you mostly right now playing some classic PS2 games, or what's on your normal diet of games over on streams? I'd love to know. You've also played Capsule doing one on PS2. I remember trying the Capsule one and liking it too. I just don't remember it very well. Gianna and I, we actually had we went to a concert last night, and we had some time before the concert, and we found like a local, like, it's like a card shop, but it had a bunch of like, I'm calling them classic air quotes games. They had like Nintendo, like as in like the original Nintendo, up until like newer consoles, but like they had like a PS2 game section, and I was reminiscing on like, because I played a lot of like sports games growing up, so there were just random sports game titles that I loved. Like, I don't know why I played so much like MLB 2K6 or NASCAR Thunder 2003, but they were there. Also games like Test Drive. I'm trying to remember what games I saw that I was freaking out about. They had Mass Effect 3, which I was freaking out about just because I love Mass Effect. I don't know if Gianna remembers this. I looked at Mass Effect 3 and said, "My beloved."
Yep.
Drusk, thank you for the follow and welcome on in to the HydroxideAnt farm. I appreciate you following. But yeah, if you do get a moment, would love to know more about you, your channel, anything you're willing to share for the lovely people watching the stream here. I think they're going to drop a Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection game soon. Ooh. Interesting. Depending, it's just like, I played so much of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels of the Roses, and I know it's insane to want that game again or like a game like it. But the way I throw money at a game company for making a game that just played the same as that, I would relearn Yu-Gi-Oh so fast if there was a game presented like that again. Like, for it being such a weird concept of a game, it's probably in like my top 10 games of all time. Like, if I had to do like a top 10 list of like my favorite games ever, it would definitely make it. The best part of being a stream is playing a old game you think you still love. Yeah, that's true. I really want to try out Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses again and see if I like it still.
Yeah.
There's also, like, a while back, we found a totally legitimate copy, Smile, of an old baseball game I used to play all the time growing up. I think it's MVP Baseball 2005. And I still play it a lot. I cut down on my hours that I've played it, but I still play it. It's still something that I very much enjoy playing. It's so... trying to remember all the games like from the PS2 era that I really liked. It's hard. Let's see. I'm trying to look up like a list of PS2. When I looked up a list of PS2 games, I see just people on eBay with like stacks of games for sale.
Yeah.
We still have our PS2 somewhere. I know I still have... the oldest game system that I still own is the N64. But we still have our PS2. The only game console I think we've ever thrown out that we owned was the original Xbox, because it just stopped working. I don't remember if it was like the classic Red Ring of Death thing. But it did die. Okay. I'm looking at a list of the top 25 greatest PS2 games of all time. I've played... you know, I haven't really played any of these games. Which is like... did I miss out on something? Like, I hadn't touched a Resident Evil game until this year. I never played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, never touched. Bunch of Final Fantasy titles. I didn't touch a Final Fantasy game until... I think like last year. I played a little bit of 7 Remake. I think that was last year. Time all blends together after a while. You played your first Resident Evil game this year too? Ooh. Agent, you know what that means. We probably share similar brain cells. By that, I have one. So you may have borrowed mine at some point. If you ever felt like you're running off a little bit extra cylinders, and by that, like, you're trying to do something very, like, important, and for some reason, you just keep thinking about, like, cute animals all the time, and you're just like... this is the 7th time today I've thought about baby elephants. It's not a lot, but it is weird that it's happened this many times. That was probably my brain cell. Husky Me, who has played every single game Resident Evil franchise last year. Wow, that's cool. Resident Evil was fun. I didn't finish Resident Evil 1, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go back and finish it. Because there are some other games I really want to play. Other games that are older and may have been on the PS2. Smile. You did Resident Evil 0. I played Resident Evil 1, but the remake of it, which I think the remake still came out in like 2004. The next like game that like there are two games that like I really want to get to soon, and one, I really want to play Kingdom Hearts. That is like my 1A. And B, I eventually want to get to... I'm going to like botch the name of it. It's not Pokemon Coliseum. Is it Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to play that one as well. Because we played... Pokemon Coliseum was the one where it was the 2v2 battles as well, right? Like you started with Umbreon and Espeon, because I'm 90% sure that that's what I played. Because I know like there's Pokemon like Battle Revolution or something that was just like a battle sim. Pokemon Coliseum, let's say. Yes, Pokemon Coliseum is what I played. Are you going to start at 1 or just skip to 2? Chronos 1 and Chain Memories are hard to get back into. I am going to try... yeah, I think I'm going to try to play 1. Tabby actually gifted us the Kingdom Hearts games, and the first one, I think, each of like the air quotes games has multiple games in it. So I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna pull it up to see what the first one is, because Kingdom Hearts 1 has got to be in there somewhere. It'd be really funny if it's just like
It's Kingdom Hearts 1.5. It's not even 1.
It's like, oh god. And a 1.5, that's a real thing, right? Like, does it actually start with 1.5?
Because they re-released the first and the second game with additional content. So that's 1.5 and 2.5 HD final mix, fucking remix, mixtape,
okay.
EP.
Nightcore version.
Yeah.
Nightcore.
It's remember Nightcore.
Oh, I remember Nightcore.
I unapologetically listened to so much Nightcore back in the day.
Oh, same.
Dude, it just hit so well for a while, I'll tell you. Though you can play 362 in over 2. What's the right way to say that? Because I feel like we were talking about that at one point.
So the way it reads is 358 over 2 days. But what we were talking about last time was the game takes place over 358 days, which is the lead up to the second game. So is it 358 days over 2 because it's leading up to Kingdom Hearts 2, or is it 358 over 2 days?
There's no correct answer, is there?
No, that's
That is very funny. Oh, and Husky, I think, on Pokemon. The Stadium 2 of America, for context, is the Stadium 1... Wait. For context, the Stadium 1 is Japanese exclusive for people from the America got this Japan's second Stadium game. Gotcha. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. Right. Right. You okay with it?
Yeah, I'm just tapping.
Okay. Originally a DS game, and the HD collection is nothing but cutscenes. Nothing but cutscenes.
Yeah.
I do love that it's a general consensus that there is no correct way to say 358. Because, like, I almost want to say, like, this is... I think I've come up with the best wrong way to say it, is 358 divided by 2.
Hey, there's only 179 days in my video game.
Yeah, it's like, all right, so is this... Are you asking me to do math to figure out how many days are in this game? Because I was pulling up a like the game art, and it is wild. It is just 358/2 days. Also, Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, and 358/2 are better watched than played now. Oh, interesting. The one thing is, I played like a very little bit of the original Kingdom Hearts. And I think my brother played it and beat the game. So I never really got like the full Kingdom Hearts experience. So even if they're not like super like modern day playable, I want to try them at least. And if it's too rough, then we'll skip it. Don't play Chain of Memories. It's bad mechanics wise. Is it just like, I guess, different? The problem with the first 3 games are Kingdom Hearts 1 story is about 20 minutes. If you just watch it and play the game, is very stiff. Oh, interesting. But then what about the gummy ship? I want to hang out with the gummy ship. Like, I know that no one knows the story of Kingdom Hearts, and that's part of the the thing.
It's the appeal.
It's the appeal of it.
People love convoluted games that are impossible to understand.
It's even true.
Agent said, not in Kingdom Hearts 1, you don't. Chain of Memories was supposed to be a 2D game, but when they ported it, they made it 3D. That's wild. Nomura being the director of this franchise, and he says so of the story being complex. That's fun. The original was GBA. Because I got to think in Kingdom Hearts 1, they had no idea how convoluted the story was going to get. Unless it's already like crazy convoluted in Kingdom Hearts 1.
I feel like they set up like a pretty convoluted framework. Like, it didn't get very out of hand. It's like kind of clear who everyone is and what they do.
Okay.
But they definitely... It wasn't like out of left field that the game got crazy. is how I look
yes,
at it.
Aqua, we've made it back to Kingdom Hearts. Welcome back, Aqua.
Just in time.
Yeah, Aqua, this is perfect timing for you to be here, right? Hard to not understand it just ever is a major part of the story, so you can't skip anything. Kingdom Hearts 1 is supposed to be a standalone game. I feel like that makes sense, that they were like, alright, this is a wacky idea. Like, someone just had the idea of, alright, Final Fantasy, Disney characters, bam, wham. And then they rocked. And open to getting more games. Plus, all of them are on Steam. I'm the only one who has beaten the secret boss of Kingdom Hearts 2 in critical mode. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 2.
Give me, like, 4 months to play through the first and second game. I'll be there. I promise. We'll shake hands at the finish line.
It's just like... For me personally, I've never played Kingdom Hearts 2, so I've never beaten Kingdom Hearts 2. Never knew there was a secret boss. Didn't know there was a critical mode? What the hell's critical mode? That sounds very hard. But you have to cheese that guy. There's no learning that fight. Only an HD port, the hardest difficulty. Huh. Very interesting. I would say. Being Tony. As our Tony representative. Critical mode is a complete overhaul of the game, and if you know how the high-end play works, it's fun. What other difficulties are there available to those who might play this game? Or normal mode, you can button mash your way to victory. Then that's probably what I would need to do. Is button mash, because I don't think I'm gonna play Kingdom Hearts and be like the greatest Kingdom Hearts player ever. There's easy, normal, hard, and critical. I might even play on easy. I said it. I'm a little baby. And like, there's some games I'm not good at. Easy, normal, proud, and critical. Gianna, what difficulty would you play on if you played?
Beginner.
So easy.
Yeah.
If I'm not the only one. The only one that would play on easy. I mean.
But you
Yeah.
could play on insane mode or not fun mode or I really don't like playing video games mode.
It's just like,
Masochist
yeah, it's like, do you hate yourself? That's the name of the game mode, is do you hate yourself? There are a few games that are do I hate myself games that I want to try at least once in my life, just so I can sort of understand where people are coming from. Like, I've never played a Dark Souls game, but like one time I think I want to play, just because, you know, everyone talks about like games like Dark Souls being like the least forgiving games ever. So it's just like, yeah, maybe I'll play that eventually. A lot of times that's my difficulty to a T. Yeah, because it's like... So, if I wanted to play casually, I will play it on normal. If I hate myself, I will go critical mode. Damn. Yeah, you play... You know, real respect to anyone that plays games on the hardest difficulties and can beat them. I definitely feel like if I played a game like that on, like, critical, I would never beat it. I think I would quit before I got all the way through the game. That's with me. If a game is way too hard and I know no matter how many times I try it, it's not going to happen, I'm like, very close to tapping out on it. Go give Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins if you want to pound your face in time. Challenge accepted. Husky, let us know how that goes, because I'm definitely not doing it. I don't know what that game is, but if Agent said to do it, I know it's a bad idea. For me, the strong motivators are achievements or pure stubbornness. See, that's fair. Like, for me, like, when I play a game, unless, like, I'm super crazy into, like, a story or something, I just want to get to the finish line. Like, I want to finish the game. Like, I want to experience the story of the game and just get there. So I don't think I would ever really want to do, like, a really hard mode. Okay, so Agent said critical on Kingdom Hearts 2 is hard, but not punishing hard for the main story. The extra bosses can go fuck off, though. Oh. It was originally an infamous Super Nintendo game, but they revived the game on to make it harder. You know, this game was really hard the first time we did it. Why don't we remake it and make it harder? Oh, fair. I'll give you that. Trying to think of any game that, like, for me was or is like a harder game that I've really ever messed with. I don't play a lot of, like, single player games. When I was younger, I did. But yeah, like, we were kind of touching on before when it came to, like, me not knowing the, like, Black Ops games that came out and, like, that they did. I swapped from, like, when I got to PC gaming. I know Call of Duty can be a multiplayer game as well, but I went from single player games to, like, pretty much only multiplayer games. There are very few single player games that I play. Other than, like, my OG sports titles from a kid when I'm reliving the good old days of playing a baseball game from 2005. Like, I was very little when I played that game. I was like 9, you know? Like, I wasn't old. I think I was playing that game when my dog ran away one time. The first dog I had, Champ, he ran away a bunch of times. We got him back every time. But he just really liked to run away. He was a very silly, very lovely dog. The first time he ran away, I don't blame him for running away. We got him when he was 3 years old, and his former owner was supposed to bring him over and let us meet him and make sure that we get along with him. And if we did, and he liked us, we would keep him. The former owner instead, like, walked inside, dropped him off, and then left. So for us, it's like, okay, well, we're keeping the dog. He's a cute dog. He's a good boy. We're going to keep him. But for him, he doesn't understand. He thinks, why am I in a room with all these people? Where is my owner? And then he saw an opportunity to take off, and he's like, all right, I got to go find my owner. Well, I'm not saying these weirdos. And then I think when we got him and brought him home, I think things started to click for him. He would run away multiple other times, but because I think he was bored more than anything. So, we live in, like, close-ish proximity to, like, a park. And he ran away one time and just went to the park. Like, he went there, and, like, our neighbor was at the park, and our neighbor was like, that's my neighbor's dog just back here. And no leash, no nothing. Like, she was like, all right, the dog's name was Champ. All right, Champ, come on, you're going home. And he just walked next to her all the way. And, like,
Oh,
he went home. Walked right up the stairs and didn't miss a beat. He's like, okay, my time's over. The last time he ran away was very, like, obviously it's a very, like, scary feeling when your dogs ran away. But my brother eventually found him, and, like, a young couple was, like, petting him or something. So, like, he was fine. My brother was so mad at him that my brother didn't pick him up or anything. He made Champ walk next to the car as he drove home, and Champ just walked next to the car and walked all the way home. He's like, okay, time to go home. He was a good boy. Yeah, don't recommend people's pets running away, because that's never fun. It's very scary. Gianna, I know your pups have ran away a few times.
They tend to.
Yeah.
They're just rapscallions.
Yeah.
To get into mischief.
Yeah. They just want to go for a play date at your neighbor's house.
Yep.
Which is funny. Yeah, I hope like a lot of people don't have experience with pets running away. That's not a fun one. You know, one pet that I have not luckily had to worry about running away ever. Seymour. Yep. He just stays. Good guy, you know? You have popcorn at the moment? Hell yeah. For reference, if anyone doesn't know, Seymour is my pet fish. So, I've never had to worry about him running away. He's always just there. And he gets happy when I feed him. That's pretty much Seymour's existence, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
He swim. He see me around dinner time. He freaks out until I feed him. Kind of sasses me, I'd say. He'll come to... Gianna's seen it many times now. He'll go to, like, the top of the water and start sort of, like, bubbling and splashing a little bit.
I like the little bubbles.
Yeah. He'll be like, all right, time to feed me. You know it's time to feed me. Don't you walk away. that he's shockingly, not shockingly, but like he's 6 now. Like that's he's been around, and he's a fish. You know, and not I love that fish, and I would happily take care of him for the rest of my life if I could. Um, but like everyone else I know who's had fish, like very rarely, like their fish live that long. Um, so every day with that little guy is a little blessing. I love that little guy.
He's a little guy.
Yeah, he my fish. Didn't Futurama have an invention called the reverse scuba suit for fish? That's really funny. I wouldn't put it past Futurama, but that to me sounds like Fish Out of Water from Chicken Little, personally. Um,
Yeah.
which very underrated character in that movie is Fish Out of Water. Wears a old time like Mariner's helmet. Good little fish. You know what they say? Fish are friends, not food. Right, everyone?
I like fish.
Do you say so?
I like fish.
You like to eat fish?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not all fish, mostly shrimp.
I do enjoy the... No, I don't like to eat all fish. Fuck those guys in particular. Points at shrimp.
Not to derail the conversation entirely.
Yeah.
You remember last night when the opener took a selfie?
Yes.
We're in it.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can see us clearly.
Can see it? Oh, that's funny.
We're right up front giving little peace signs.
Oh, wait a second. This could be great news. Oh, this is great news. Mark has the cat.
Yay!
It's pretty cool.
Little kitty cats. Yep, I'm a big cat fan.
I take too many concert photos.
Was that? I don't think it's possible. If you enjoyed the photo, there's not too many, you know? You love cats. I'm also allergic to cats, Husky. I love them so much still. I think if I was not allergic to cats, I think I would have a cat. I love dogs to death, but cats are definitely like, for the most part, a lower maintenance pet than a dog is. And again, not all dogs. My grandparents had a dog that you never knew there was a dog in the house. because he would just sleep. That was it. Wouldn't move. My grandfather would mow the lawn, and he would have to like roll him out of the way, the dog, to like to not be run over by the lawnmower. It's like, look, but you don't have any survival instincts, do you? His name was Droopy, so you know he was a hound dog. Just like to sleep.
I'm a hound dog.
Yeah. My grandparents' dog right now is so cute. His name's Buddy. Just a little guy. He's tiny. Very little. Right, Gianna?
Yeah. He's just a little guy.
He's not like Chihuahua little, but like, you little dog. You little dog. Just a little dog. Yeah, I guess this is as good as time as any for a pet check. How's everyone's pets doing?
I think they're okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess we haven't seen them in like a day.
Yeah.
He's eating.
Aw.
She was being so silly earlier. She was like, hold on. Let me see if I can send you the video.
Ooh. Being so silly. The silliest of Willies, Billy's. Willy Billy.
There we go. It's on Discord.
Ooh. Let's see.
Not Demi Lovato doing a cooking show. Oh!
Oh, what you doing?
Oh, yeah.
That's Penny. She pretty girl.
Yeah.
It's a. She just wanted that box for whatever reason, you know?
Yeah, like I was so surprised she like stood it up and then she was like had her face all down in it. I thought for sure she was gonna hop in that box, but I guess she when she got it upright, she was like, I don't fits.
She's like, the rules of cat. If I fits, I sits, and I don't fits.
Yeah.
The age-old rule of being a cat. You just happen me to be annoying and not because you want something? Okay. There's no difference between those taps.
No.
So I Derek. Hi, Derek.
Chili.
Hope Derek as well. Was Husky the one who took third? Probably. If Derek did the band Husky. Because, yes, Chance took first and seventh. Chance did a little bit what we call a hog in the first and seventh there, bud. If you take more than one, does Chance become eighth at that point? You know, like, do you add them? I don't know. What if we took all of them? It's... Yes. Oh, so yes, we have our question of the week
Oh,
that we
was
have
just
not
gonna
gotten
ask you
to.
that. I was gonna do the hey Tony. I
Yeah.
have a question for you and ask you the question of the week.
Oh. Wahaha! I have the points now, Agent. I would ask you to be very careful with what you could use those points on. There are many things you could use points on. They don't need to hurt Tony in any manner, do they? Okay. Step away from the throw things at Tony. Oh, it's your future stream. Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins. Is Ultimate the Ultimate's not the difficulty. Is that just the name of the game? Alright. Let's see. Gotta add that to Discord. So I will recall it. Yes, we've done it. We've added it to the channel. Yes. Yeah, we'll play it at some point. I really need to, I wish I had more free time for, what?
I said, yeah, me too.
Oh, okay. I wasn't done with my sentence yet.
Stop there. I wish I had more free time.
Okay, that's fair. I would say to play more games and be able to really crack at the what they need. Because usually what happens, I'll get really into one game and I only want to play that one game. Ghosts and Goblins is hard. Then they made Super Ghosts and Goblins, which was a game but harder. Then they made Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins because it got made at speedrunners and wanted to make them suffer. They got mad at speedrunners. That's hilarious. So what is the game though? What do you do in it?
It's a side-scrolling kind of Castlevania-like kind of thing.
Oh. Okay.
Kinda. It's like Castlevania is, I think, maybe the closest thing to it.
Have I ever played Marvel's versus Capcom? No. Is that a fighting game? Marvel versus
Yep.
Capcom?
It is.
It was apparently exclusive to PSP. Ooh. Oh, so there's a character in Marvel vs. Capcom from Ghosts and Goblins. Arthur. Looks like Arthur, but extra. Different letters. It's funny. Arthur has some armor on, and when he gets hit, he loses armor and eventually his skin. That's funny.
And then he becomes an ultimate Ghosts and Goblins.
True. Ultimate. We're off to see the wizard. That's enough Twitter for today.
Made a Blue Sky account.
I do have. Oh, you just did?
Yeah.
Did you say?
Now I'm debating if to make a second one for Ghastly.
Oh.
Problem is you can't be logged into multiple accounts at once.
Yeah.
No. Like you can't add account like you can on Twitter.
Got you. And if you get hit your armor breaks and you have to start rebuilding it, oh. Interesting. Well, read the bit before that. Oh. Delete the game. Oh, yeah, I missed that part, Agent. I'm like, my brain's confused. To beat the game, you have to get the best armor and then get a super weapon, or when you get to the final boss, it sends you back to the start of the game. Oh. This makes so much more sense now. It's all starting to make sense now, you know? Yeah, we saw Gianna. Oh, our question of the week. I never said it. Did I say it out loud?
No.
Or did we just start talking about how you were about to ask me about the
And
question of the week?
didn't ask it, yeah.
If you could see any musician live from any era, who would you pick? It could be a band. It could be a solo act. It could be someone who exclusively plays the harmonica backwards. You know, it's whatever you want it to be. Look up the AVGN review on the version I want you to play is even harder than the one he beat. Elvis? Elvis is a great shout. Yeah. Seeing Elvis in, like, because you could see Elvis, like, at any point in his career. So, like, Elvis in Elvis's prime, that would be crazy. You know?
I see Elvis in his prime and Raising Beatles in their prime.
You can pick the Beatles, yeah. I would want to go see The Doors live with my older sister and older brother. That is a good answer. And, Heinz! Hi, Heinz. We like Heinz. We like Heinz. You said that twice. We really like Heinz. Yeah, The Doors is a great shout, too. Yeah, Doors is such a good shout. I am... Hi, Tony. Hi. So, Gianna, you're going to Beatles?
Yeah.
I'm stuck between two answers. I think... Because, okay, I never saw Linkin Park live when Chester was still alive. I still have not seen Linkin Park. But Linkin Park is definitely up there for me personally. And also, I was still decently young when Johnny Cash died. So I would also think about seeing Johnny Cash. So one of those two, probably. Yeah, those are my strongest two contenders for me personally. Seeing like Elvis or the Doors or the Beatles live would be awesome. Tabby, who do you think you would say?
I don't know. I don't really fuck with concerts because it's
Oh,
too
that's
much
fair.
noise, and like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna get up and dance.
It's true.
But I think it would be pretty chill to see Blues Traveler, specifically that one time that guy went hard as fuck on the harmonica in that live performance.
That would be cool.
Cause that guy, I mean, the singer fucking always goes crazy on the harmonica, but there's one time he's like literally sweating, and he's like giving it his all. It's fucking crazy.
Love it. Ooh.
Yeah, that guy kicks ass.
Ein said as well, I would say Iron Maiden with Bruce Dickinson, but I already was graced with that opportunity. That's a great shout. I'm trying to think. Are there any artists that I've seen? Dizen, honestly, this is the best answer. Dizen said, maybe late 80s Rick Astley. I mean, if we could award someone who won the question of the week, I think that we would. Ten out of 10. I agree. You know, I agree personally. Yeah, seen Rick Astley live. I don't remember how. I think this is real. I don't think this was a fever dream either. I remember seeing a YouTube video at one point in time of Rick Astley performing with like the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
And like
I
he
think
does
that's real.
Never Gonna Give You Up, like when the Foo Fighters are like backing him up. Okay. Tabby, if you remember it, then that at least I'm not too crazy in thinking it. I love that Rick Astley hates that Never Gonna Give You Up became such a meme. He's embarrassed about it. You know, I wish I've seen more like interviews and stuff with Rick Astley, but I really haven't seen many. You went to Ozfest in 2010 and got to see Motley Crue. Ooh, Motley Crue, good shout. He did an MMA on Reddit, and one of his responses was basically just "fuck off." Ah, that's a shame. Because it was such like a meme. Like and like I say this with all sincerity, genuinely like the song. But like if it was presented in a way of like someone offers you like this really cool suggestion of a video and it's that again, you're just like, okay. Yeah, you got me. That's what you think?
Mhm.
Do you have a secondary answer from the Beatles? Or is it just Beatles?
Oh, I've already seen my secondary answer.
Who's that?
Shaky.
Oh, okay. That's very fair. But, yeah, the Doors would be a lot of fun. I know,
Maybe Paramore during the riot era.
oh, cool. One answer that, what was it? Okay. My mom always tells a story about how she would always beg my dad to take her to go see the Grateful Dead. And mom would always say, Jerry Garcia is going to die before you take me there. And then she never got to see it because Jerry Garcia died.
Oh,
Jerry Garcia was
right.
lead singer.
Yeah.
So mom never got to. So I'm like, okay, I think Grateful Dead would be cool to say. So I know the Grateful Dead still makes music. I don't know if this is still the case, but I know for a while, like, John Mayer was, like, touring with the Grateful Dead when they were touring. Like, doing vocals. Like, I don't know if he still is. Because this was, like, a while back. Grateful Dead lead singer. I want to see... if it lists Grateful Dead. Let me just look up Grateful Dead John Mayer, maybe. Oh, are they called... Oh, maybe they've slightly changed their name. They have, I guess, it's the people from the Grateful Dead and John Mayer, and they changed their name to Dead and Company, apparently. Because it's the Grateful Dead members and John Mayer. Which is pretty cool. Gonna be honest. It is cool that to see that the Grateful Dead, like, kind of are still making music. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, one, like, I know I said Linkin Park before, but, like, I might want to see, like, the new Linkin Park. I'm calling them the new Linkin Park. They don't, like, it's obviously Chester's not around, and it's what's her name, Emily Armstrong, I think.
Mhm.
So I definitely want to. I think I want to see them at some point. It is weird because, like, it's like, oh, you know, you wanted to see the version of them that, like, you grew up with, but it's not possible anymore. Yeah, I feel like she does fill in that empty spot well. Yeah. So I don't know if you or anyone else hanging out got the chance to, like, listen to the new album. For me, I think that there were certain songs in the album to me that, like, felt like they were written for Chester's vocals. but sang by Emily Armstrong, and those songs aren't as strong as the ones that seem like they were written with Emily Armstrong's vocals in mind. Because I think the songs that they released early were, like, before the album came out, were some of the best songs on the album. And yeah, they're used to Chester's vocals. So, like, you know, if Linkin Park is writing a song, you know, it's used to, like, they have this version of what Linkin Park sounds like in their heads, and all of ours as well. Too, it's definitely going to be like an adjustment period. I think by the time they come out with their next album, I think a lot of the kinks will be ironed out, and it'll be good. Yeah, you can only imagine, right? Because that's got to be like an earth-shattering thing for, because like that, all the members of Linkin Park were like doing music together probably for 20 years plus. You got to think. Yeah, Nines, that's a great shout. 100% great shout. Can't be easy. Yeah, it's not fun. Watching videos where people are going through, yeah, something rough is never easy. Yippity doo dah, yippity day, oh my oh my. I know it's zippity doo dah, zippity day, but for some reason I'm going with the yippity doo dah, yippity day. Haven't fully decided why. We'll see if I remember about the Counter-Strike Major. So I probably don't want to stay up for it. I'll probably just look up who won. Yeah. Definitely. Good talk. Yeah, but I know Gianna and I are of the EP variety, so I think we're gonna. I know this hasn't been like a longer podcast, but I think we're gonna start to wrap up soon. Is there a game you got an eye on that was announced at the Game Awards? Ooh, what was? I can't remember what it was called. Literally the one of the last games they showed where there was a lady on a like a spaceship. That, you know, I'm not doing great at. Project Century, yes. I honestly thought that looked really cool. Yeah, that one I liked. I've always been really. Oh, is it Intergalactic? I'm thinking of Intergalactic. Gotcha. What was Project Sentry? Which one was that? Let's see. Oh, Project Sentry looked badass. Was this the game that they were showing and like people kept just picking fights with the player as they were walking down the street? Yeah, like there were a lot of weird advertisement shoe-ins for that. Yeah, like Porsche and Adidas. It's like, why are you zooming in on the Adidas logo on this person's shoe, huh? This is a video game. The new Turok game looked really cool. I've never, I haven't played any of the Witcher games, but seeing a fourth Witcher game and it looks cool, it's pretty rad. I just don't know the story of The Witcher more than it was on the Netflix show for like I think I watched like the first 2 seasons. People will be complaining about it because of the lead. You know, they can pound salt. Because like, I haven't played the games, but like, I know that the lead for 4 is very important and integral to the story. So,
yep.
It's not crazy to think that she would be the lead of this game. At least to me. I don't have like a whole lot of. Yeah, Netflix show
That's another one where the story is complex.
The Witcher is?
Yeah. Because a lot of the story happens like in between the games in the books. So
oh, okay.
And some of it is even before the first game, because in the first game, Geralt starts with amnesia, which is like the classic video game trope. And then, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that, like, isn't super important, but it's just like the games build off of the books. The books are canon to the games are not canon to the books.
Okay. Fun. Derek said that the books are entirely a prequel to the games. The games are a pseudo-sequel to the novels. They all take place after the books, but the author doesn't consider them canon. What? Oh, so what Tabby said. Got it. Not a prequel. Sequel.
Yeah, I thought there was stuff that happens like in between like 1 and 2, 2 and 3 that takes place in the books. But
9 said that he recently started playing The Witcher again. Ooh. How is The Witcher 1? Because I've heard that it doesn't hold up super well. Because that was part
very
of
old.
Like, yeah.
I don't know.
It's different from 3.
I can't play the first game. Even the second game is kind of hard to play for me. But I don't know. I'm pretty picky when it comes to old games.
Mouse keyboard game, I guess. Witcher 1 has aged quite a bit. Yeah. Oh. Other than random flashbacks during the game, you've been liking it so far? Okay.
Witcher 3 is even kind of stiff.
When did The Witcher 3 come out? Because that's probably been out for a long time now, right?
It was 2014 or 2015.
Yeah, 2015, you're right.
And I only know that because Dragon Age Inquisition came out in 2014.
Oh, there we go.
And I played Inquisition like a little after it came out. And was like, wow, a full RPG experience. This game, it wasn't the best, but this was pretty good. And then I played Witcher 3 in like 2020, and I was like, damn, this game goes hard. And I went back and I was like, man, what year did Inquisition come out? Because if it came out after Witcher 3, that's horrible. That'd be so upsetting. But yeah.
Ein said the press said Witcher 3 was bad at launch, but they fixed it up, and that's what got it to win for Games Awards that year. Derek said Witcher 3 wasn't bad at launch, it was just pretty demanding for the time, so it ran like crap for 90% of people until they optimized it more.
They did like an enhanced edition or something not too long ago, I think.
Oh, that's what he meant by bad.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha. So
I think the story is phenomenal, and I have some minor gripes here and there about the story. I think my biggest thing with that game is it fucking plays like butter. And not like a smooth kind of butter, like fucking chunky. That fucking game.
it's like trying to hold melted butter in your hands.
Yeah, you're like slipping around on the shit.
You just beat
the combat in that
Intergrade.
game is not good.
And holy crap, I think Yuffie has become my favorite character. I don't think I know. Is Intergrade Final Fantasy? Because
Yes.
I didn't really play a lot of Final Fantasy. Pretty much none. I only played a little bit of the 7 remake.
I think Intergrade was the DLC. Yeah, it was the DLC for 7 remake.
Oh, because I don't know who that character is, truthfully. Yuffie. Also, yes, hi Glenn. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that character, but I'm sure they're great.
It is Yuffie is their name, I believe. They're like a ninja.
Ooh.
From my very, very limited knowledge of that character. Hey, they're in Kingdom Hearts. There you go.
Hey, everything comes full circle. Woo! You love to see it. You love to see it. She's a ninja, yeah. Being a ninja, pretty cool. You know, I've always said, being a ninja, fun times.
It's true. He's a point to saying that.
I've said it like 1,000 times actually. But speaking of being a ninja, I think we are going to wrap up the podcast here. So if anyone can put a Pickle Weasel and Lickle Peasel in the Twitch chat, we are legally and officially allowed to end the podcast. Obviously, until that moment, we will continue to live on and never end the podcast. So Gianna has decided to end the podcast. I always wonder. I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, I'll just stay here until it happens. But thank you everyone for watching, and we will catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.